Hey everybody! Welcome to Games of Chance! The show where we game chance have. That's the thing. Hey, how's it going everybody? Today, I'm just by myself because, James is, away at the Road Quest! And, although I do still have, of course, the unequivocal fan favorite co-host Chair, always here by my side when I need it. But Chair is just gonna sit over in the corner here for today. Is that a chair emote? That's pretty amazing. All right. So hey everybody. Today we're going to be playing the Human Resource Machine, and this music is from the title screen, which is very jaunty, and as people were saying, is actually wouldn't be terrible music for just games of chance. I mean, if we're not actually playing Human Resource Machine, I feel like it would be a little bit inappropriate to just play that music all the time, but anyway. Chair has to sit in the corner. No, Chair likes being in the corner. Also, interesting philosophical question. Is a chair sitting? And if it is sitting, what is it sitting on? Ponder that, if you will. So, this game, what we decided, the topic this week was puzzle games, and so and in particular, we were talking about puzzle games that were a little bit, I guess, more a little bit more involved, I guess, than just like a straight puzzle. Like obviously something like Sudoku or Pictocross or something is very much a puzzle game, but I don't think it would be that. I actually quite enjoy. I don't know. I haven't really gotten to Sudoku, but I like Pictocross. I quite enjoy playing. I've whiled away the late hours, not going to sleep, playing Pictocross and other associated type games, but not very. I don't think it's very interesting to actually like stream. So I was looking for games that are puzzle games that were a little bit more involved, I guess you would say. So and the list of games that I had to choose from, if you saw I posted a little video of I don't know why I didn't just roll a dice, but I found a script to make like a Wheel of Fortune type spinner thing, and I was like, hey, I'll use this, and then I spent way too much time customizing it so there was like the right colors and stuff, and then I spun it, and so the options were Scribblenauts Unmasked, Human Resource Machine, Contraption Maker, The Witness, Talos Principle, and the Quantum Conundrum. So those are all games that I was actually pretty interested to play. And I mean, obviously there were games I was interested to play because I chose them. They were, and some people asked about that, and I think we've talked about it before, but when James and I are choosing games to put onto the list of 6, it's not just like a popularity contest. We don't just choose the games that people vote, that the most people suggested. We try that is a consideration. So we try to like combine or have kind of a diverse selection of games that are both popular. Because if they're like, if out of the 100 people that suggest games, 10 people or 20 people suggested one game, clearly a lot of people want to see us play that game. So that is a consideration, but then we also want to take into account games that, we will actually enjoy and we think will stream well. So, those are my things. The there's a certain genre of game that I noticed coming up. When I was sort of looking at the Steam pages and the various things for these games, that I found quite of interesting. The Talos Principle, I think, and The Witness, I think, are two of the sort of genre of these games where they're always described as like you're in this strange world where beautiful, lush, or beautiful, strange world, and you have to go around, but it's abandoned. There's no one there, and you have to go around and solve these puzzles and find out what's going on, what happened, where did everybody go, why is nobody here, what's the story behind the thing. But it's always beautiful world, and it's always abandoned. This is the important part. If you're making an indie puzzle game, if you make it an abandoned world, then you don't have to deal with like people and dialogue and stuff. So that's a consideration. The Turing test was another one on the options, but anyway, yeah, abandoned worlds is easy to develop. And I'm not saying that's bad. Like, the Talos Principle and The Witness are, from all accounts, great games. And the Talos Principle I've actually had on my like Steam wish list for a while. I just haven't got around to picking it up. So like, I'm not saying those are bad games. I'm sure there are bad games in that genre. But it's just funny when you're looking at a big list of indie puzzle games, and you're starting to see sort of certain keywords, certain styles come up over and over again. You're like, maybe designing a beautiful, lush world and not having to put any characters in it is a lot easier. That's the reason the only people you encounter in Myst are in books, and you can yeah, that's true. Also, Myst was made in HyperCard originally, which personally, it's actually slightly to slightly bring us back onto the topic. For those of you who don't know, the original version of Myst was made it was originally a Mac game only. And it was made in a program called HyperCard, which was a scripting language or scripting application that was originally made by Apple and then was taken over by various people. It was an absolutely it was basically the first programming language that I learned, first scripting language that I learned. And if you were a kid around my age. At the time, when you're in the sort of Mac Plus, Mac Classic era, HyperCard was totally amazing, and Myst and Manhole, Cosmic Osmo, were games that were incredibly influential to me in terms of just showing that it's like, oh, I could do like when I was about 12. I realized that when playing Myst or something, I was like, I could actually make this game. Like, all the graphics I couldn't do, and the videos and stuff, and the puzzle design and things, but like the scripting in Myst, I could have done when I was in elementary school. Like, because it was made by it was made by people who were, 3D modelers and designers and stuff. It wasn't made for its amazing scripting ability. And so I was like, that's amazing. And, and like a lot of kids, I think I made all sorts of little Myst-esque sort of point and clicky type games. So anyway, HyperCard was, it was a neat scripting thing. And I don't think it's ever been really equaled, I don't know, maybe it has. It probably has been with sort of more kid-friendly tools in these days, but it had a very unique style of working that was it was at least not equaled for a very long time. Except the problem with it though was that it stopped updates at a certain point, and at that point it was like still only black and white and stuff. So like it hadn't it was missing a lot of features as time went on. And yeah, now you have the web and stuff, and it's I'm sure there's sort of JavaScript versions of JavaScript or sort of scripting languages on top of JavaScript that would probably equal or be better than HyperScript, which was the greatest thing about HyperScript. So HyperScript was the scripting language that that HyperCard used, and it was this crazy natural language scripting language. Like you would, if you wanted to say like, you know, set the value of a variable to 10 or whatever, you would actually like write in set variable to 10, and you would actually write things like it would almost like write sentences and stuff, which seems like a great idea, and it was neat to start with, but it was one of those things where as you get sort of deeper and actually trying to make more and better things, it kind of started to fall down, because of course there's a reason why we don't program in natural languages, because there's a lot of context and different ways to state the same thing in English or in languages that computers mess up on. So it actually wasn't a great idea for a language. It was a neat thing to sort of bring people in, but it got kind of complicated. It's sort of still in place in the form of AppleScript, which is scripting language for Macintosh computers, or for macOS stuff, which is sort of still supported, but it's not that popular anymore. But anyway, the reason why that's slightly relevant, not terribly relevant, but slightly relevant to what we're doing today, is today we're playing The Human Resource Machine, which is a game by the Tomorrow Corporation, which you may have heard of. World of Goo. It's sort of the big game that they've done, which was a great game. Like, I was a huge fan of World of Goo. I played the whole thing on my computer, and then I think I played it again. Like, I bought it and played it again on my iPad because I really enjoyed it. And then they also made a game called Little Inferno, which was less of like it was more just that Little Inferno was like less of an actual like game. It's more of just sort of a click. It's sort of a really involved. It's kind of like a really involved clicker thing. It was, but they have a very distinct style, which you will probably recognize, and they sort of have a distinct sort of vision, I guess, of the future. Despite the fact that, you know, World of Goo and Little Inferno are very different types of games, their view of the future, this kind of weird, like technological dystopia, is actually remarkably consistent, and it's presented in like a really fun way. That is actually, and like their actual vision of the future is kind of depressing, which I find it kind of an amusing dichotomy. So this game, from what I understand, I've never played this, but from what I understand, this game is it's about it's sort of a miniature. It's a little sort of programming thing, where the idea being that to really drive home the idea that we're all just cogs in the great corporate machine, you are in fact programming people to do stuff, which is something that I am sure there's a lot of companies out there that would like to be able to do. You know, these companies like McDonald's or Amazon or whatever that are essentially, you know, that go through processes to essentially turn people into machines as much as possible, to make them, you know, as consistent as possible and sort of interchangeable. That's kind of what they're trying to do here. Let me, one second. Let me just. Can open the door here now. Okay. Whoop. So, let's take a look at how this game actually plays. I'm assuming this is like a keyboard and mouse kind of game. Select your employee ID. Oh, let me turn it up a little. It's gonna be similar to Lemmings? No, I think it's more. This is again kind of a genre of puzzle games. This sort of programming things. I think my first experience with this, not in computer form, but is like Robo Rally almost. It's the same sort of style. And notification for new subscriber just came up, which reminded me that there's probably a bunch of those that I need to hit. Starting with Wasterfui, yeah. For 20 months in a row, thank you very much. Mired in Denial is a new subscriber. Welcome. Edgar J for 11 months in a row. Oh, hey, Amazon just gave me another month of subbing. Thanks, Amazon. And thanks, Edgar J, for supporting us with Amazon Prime. Broden's Swolger for 20 months in a row. The Big 2-0 Weagle for 20 months in a row. Looking forward to how Paul enjoys assembly code the game. Hopefully as much as I did. Crazed for 22 months in a row. Sick as a dog, but lure and laughter is the best medicine. Lurfter? I feel like we should coin that term, Lurfter. That opens up, considering, I mean, I would hope that the two, loading ready run and laughter, are often talked about. I don't want that to be like a thing that everyone just starts saying. And of course, by me saying that now, that means that we're stuck with it. But let's see what we can do to prevent Lurfter from going into the common dialect. And Hrafnveger is just subscribed, and I pronounced their name incorrectly. I apologize. All right, here we go. Which one is yours? These are all weird, creepy kids. Let's be blue-haired guy. Earthen1 for 51 bits in a row says, here's some bits, hashtag Lurfter. Yeah. Photo just looks like you. Looks just like you. Here's your badge. Please proceed to the elevator. Welcome, employees. There's a mailroom and then there's a busy mailroom. Whoa! It's a big office. Welcome to your first day. You look like an excellent instruction follower. Your first job will appear over there on the right side in a moment. On the right side, okay. Remember, you can always ask me for help. Drag commands necessary to build a program. Okay. So the idea here is we're going to build a program to tell the person what to do. The program should tell you to grab each thing from the inbox and drop it into the outbox. So is that it? Inbox, outbox? Not enough stuff in the outbox. Expect a total of 1, not 3 items, not 1. So wait, we go inbox, inbox, inbox? Nope. Management expected 8, but you outbox 6. Okay, I'm missing something here. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. It has to be one... Okay, I thought it was like a loop. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Your presence is requested on the next floor. Okay. Done! Yeah, we haven't learned loops yet. So I spent a year moving things from the inbox to the outbox. Good times. Why couldn't we just attach this conveyor belt to that conveyor belt? That's how you run it. That's how you lose your job. Ah, okay. So now we've got ourselves a go-to is what we've got. This is not quite a loop, but here we go. Check it out. I just like tripled my efficiency. Go, go, go! Go to... Go to considered harmful? Yeah. Although, I mean, if you don't have any looping capabilities, I guess a go-to is better than, like, just repeating the same thing over and over again forever. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, no! The inbox is completely broken. Ignore the inbox for now and just send the following 3 letters to the outbox. DUG. Facilities management has placed some items over there on the carpet for you. If only there were a way for you to pick them up. Copy from. Copy from 4. Is that how that works? So let's go 4. From you. Is that how this works? Boop. 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 Bam! I do like the subtle detail that each of these represents a year's worth of work on my part. It's like I did that for a whole year. Oh man! Oh, I thought I was at the coffee break. After 5 years, or 4 years of work, I get to have a coffee break. Data won't collate itself. Oh, good. Alright. 2 things from the inbox and drop them into the outbox in reverse order. Repeat until the inbox is empty. Feel free to copy 2 whenever you like on the carpet. It will be cleaned later. Gross. So the first 2 things from the inbox, drop them in the outbox in reverse order. So we go inbox, copy to 0, and then inbox, copy to 1, and then outbox, copy from 1. Oh no, wait. No. Then copy from 1 to outbox, and then copy from 0 to the outbox. And then we jump back to the beginning. Wait, or can I just drop the outbox in reverse position? Oh, I don't actually need this whole part, do I? I can just go inbox to outbox. Can I just go inbox to outbox? And then, yeah, maybe I don't need this. Let's just try that. I wasn't sure whether I needed to actually put it down before it worked. Let's give this a shot. Okay, 3 goes there. 7 goes in. 3 goes in. And we start again. 1 goes there. Yeah. Boom. Scrambler handler. Coffee time. Excellent. So we got some sort of we're starting to get into like gates. Wait, let me join you.
Back to work, everyone.
Regions of the city continue to experience power failure.
Oh no!
Local authorities are investigating.
Right. That's another recurring theme in Tomorrow World games, is that the world is slowly coming to an end, but nobody cares because they're all too busy being big consumers. So, I mean, I have to say, like, working 4 years with no break does suck, but on the other hand, I get a break for an entire year as well, so that seems okay. My personal rain cloud. Never very good at math since I only have 3 fingers on each hand. Wow, that's right. You are kind of messed up. Get your hand stuck in an outbox? I hear you don't actually need very much math to complete these assignments. Okay, for each 2 things in the inbox, add them together and put the result in the outbox, and you have a new command. Add. Adds the contents of tile on the floor to whatever value you are currently holding. Okay. For each 2 things. Okay, so we're gonna go inbox, copy to 0, and then we're gonna say inbox, Adds the contents of a tile on the floor to whatever value you are currently holding. So we'll then add 0 and then outbox. Yeah. Seems pretty straightforward. Well, let's give it a shot. 9 goes in. 3. Boop. Oh, right, I didn't loop it. Alright. The copying stuff to this thing on the floor is very interesting because that starts getting into like memory and because that's what they're sort of emulating here, right? It's like an actual like computer system in a very simple way. Game that teaches you how to code. It teaches you how to code in a very specific way. And I think it'd be interesting to know people like kids and stuff, like people who don't have coding experience, whether this would help them. I'm not entirely sure whether it would, because the way it's teaching code is like assembler level code, which is quite different conceptually to modern like programming, especially like, you know, scripting and stuff. But maybe this, I don't know whether getting the sort of idea of the different movements and stuff, how useful that would be. It would be interesting to know. Like, it's coding concepts. Alright, so we got the tripler room or the zero examinator. This place looks like kind of a dead end, but so maybe we'll go. They'll look, and the sort of video game thing of like do the dead end way first, if you want to accomplish everything. Yeah, but I mean like the number of people who have to deal with actual like assembler code in this day and age is relatively small. But I feel like it would probably help in terms of just the correct mindset. Oh, it's a different person. Hello. This optional area for high-performing employees only. Clearly, that is me. Well, you're late! 7 years late! 100% in performance increase. Extra scrutiny. For each thing in the outbox, you have to triple it and output the result. Self-improvement tip. Where are we going with this? Please leave the high-level decisions to me. Alright, so we need to triple everything in the outbox. So, or everything in the inbox and then for the outbox. So can we go inbox, copy to. Now we don't throw it away until we grab something else from the inbox, right? So then we can just add. Now we could add and then jump, but that doesn't actually save us any steps, right? And then we send it to the outbox. Kind of bugs me that we have the double add there, but a jump wouldn't help us at all. I mean, we have to put a jump at the end. But also, then we would actually add infinitely, right? We don't want an add. So, go, boom, shoop, boom, boom, boom. Shazam! There's games I played like this that are more 0 plus 0 plus 0 is still 0. Yes. I wonder if that would have worked even if I hadn't Oh, there's a challenge. Ah, I made it. In many cases, it's not possible to optimize both simultaneously with one solution. Interesting. Well, we can experiment with that. I've played games like this where more like Robo Rally, where you're like programming a robot to like move forward, move back, move forward two, turn, that kind of stuff, which is a similar, conceptually similar, but I guess closer. This is closer to actual programming. Wait a minute, what did I miss here? Hang on a second. Now that I know that there's things to look at. What is it? Does it tell me? What I'm trying to... Does it tell me what I'm trying to accomplish? Oh, click on the man to know the challenges. Optimization challenges. Through use. 25 or fewer steps. So I took 30 steps. So how would I do this with less steps? Is it better to do inbox, out, like to do inbox, outbox a whole bunch of times? It's actually, I'm curious. Yeah. Can't copy more than one thing. So yeah, that's how this is in programming. This is called unspooling a loop. I think they call it. Yeah, unrolling a loop. How many auto? I don't know how long this is. If it was 30, it was 10 long. So that means this needs to be 20. Unrolling it. Oh. It was too long. There's only 8. Does it say how many are in the... Like, is that the problem? Okay. The number is indeterminate. Okay. So we do need to jump at some point. No! We did not do that. But we did do that. Okay. The Octopiler Suite. Cool green lights, right? Okay. It's actually, I know it's supposed to be like tongue-in-cheek, but that's actually not a bad conceptual idea. Nothing more thrilling in life than self-improvement. Okay. For each thing in the inbox, multiply it by 8 and put the result in the outbox. Using only 3 add commands. Okay, so we go inbox to outbox. Or so pick up from inbox. Copy to zero. And show loops over, yeah. So we don't have the ability to break loops yet. So we can't just like add and then loop the add. We've got to be tricky about this in terms of sort of multiplication here. So we're gonna go there. If we add that, so it's gonna say like take that 4, multiply it to 8. Then we're going to take that and copy it to, say, 1. So now there's an 8 there. And then we add 1. So if we have a 4, that'll be 8. And then do 16. Then we just do that again, right? I mean, we could just keep replacing it, but we might as well use all the slots here. And then to the outbox. Yeah, the problem is the jump. There's no, we've got no way to jump out of a loop, or to break a loop, or to condition. We have no conditionals yet, so so I think we've got to do it this way. So let's give this a shot. So we're gonna go 4 into there. Add that to 8, drop there. Add that to 16, drop there. Add that to 32, drop there. Boom. Zero plus 0 plus 0. Yeah, size challenge and speed challenge. Did it. We can't jump out of a loop yet. I'm assuming we're going to learn that ability. Octocompiler. Tetracontopiler. Wonderful feeling when all your work over the last few years all comes together and culminates in a well-executed assignment. For each thing in the inbox, multiply it by 40 and put the result in the outbox. Tetracontopiler. So, all right. Said we didn't need to know any math. This is actually starting to get relatively math heavy. Not that heavy, but so 40 is not power of 2 though, which means that we can't just keep doubling things up. So what times what is 40? 4 times 10. $36. 32 plus, wait, yeah, 32 plus 8. So what we just did, okay, cool. This is easy. So we go, all right, so basically we do what we just did, except we keep the 8 slot. We keep the, so we go copy to 0, we add 0. In fact, I'm gonna start reusing slots just to keep this straight. And then we copy to 0 again. Okay, so we're doubling it. And then we're going to add. And then we're doing, so that would be, then we're going to do it again. Now we've got to start moving to that register. $16. And then that. I may have done the we need to copy to right. Copy to 0, but then also copy to 1. Wait, no. Copy to 0. So it's double. 4. So doubling it. There. I think, wait, you can drop that, make that there. Is that it? Okay, 5 goes to there, 10 goes to there, 20 goes to there, 40, 80. Did that hit it? No. 200. Okay. I need one more step here. Is that it? Oh right, I have to add the 0 back. That's why that's the whole point of this operation. That's why I did it as a separate thing. Right. Yes. handy that that's actually an 8. Or actually a 1. Okay, I got it. I just had to put it. This one actually starting to get into the limits of, not the limits of my math ability, but starting to get a little uncomfortable in the math department. It's a little more trial and error than I'd like to think. Being able to like visualize it like this helps. They always end with a 0. Boom. $14 or fewer commands. 56 steps. Boom. Oh, good. I'm glad we didn't have to like optimize that to use 40 copies or something. All right, we did bonusy thingamadoodle. Let's try the Zero Exterminator. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or 10 years? Go to your other boss that says, from this point on, your performance will be evaluated with extra scrutiny. What a treat. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, crap. Things are going off the chain now. We got a conditional jump. Oh yeah. The magic sausage for 27 months in a row. This is where the number muncher went after the Apple II died. And Spurious subscribed for 15 months in a row with sub plus plus. Anybody else use when I was in high school? The programming textbook we used was called C++ for U++. Anybody else use that one? I don't know if that's a particularly good one or bad one, but it was an extremely pun-filled name. Alright, send all things that are not 0 to the outbox. You have a new command. It jumps only if the value you're holding is 0. Otherwise, it continues to the next line. So there's just like an F. Okay, so we go inbox. So I'm assuming we can jump down as well as... okay. Inbox, outbox. Alright, so we go inbox. Jump, if 0, jump to there. Otherwise, grab the next thing from the inbox. But then how do I skip that outbox? And then I jump back up there. No, I don't need that inbox at all. Jump to 0, there, jump or jump back. What's this do? Oh, this is step through. Okay, inbox. 0, Go. Wait. I did 1. Oh! Things that are not 0 to the outbox. Oh. I was making that more complicated than it had to be. Inbox. If 0. Go back up to there. Otherwise, don't. Okay. That's way easier. Oh. Right. Okay. There we go. Boop. See, the way I read it was the harder way to do it, and I assumed that they would want us to do it the harder way. But. Yeah, screw you, zeros. I like the way he just chucks them. Done. Done. Boom. 0 preservation initiative. Okay. So this is the one that it shouldn't be too tough considering I already did it. The 0 advocacy committee felt the previous assignment was not inclusive. What happens? Only 0s. Okay. So we know how to do this. Don't need you. No, what? Are we Turing complete now? I don't know what the evaluation for what you need to have a Turing complete language. Do you need a jump? You need to have some sort of flow control to be Turing complete, don't you? Oh, we can do a better using less steps. How do we do this using less steps? Do we need to unroll a loop? It says what happens to the ones you don't use is up to you. Inbox. So inbox, jump. Go in. Jump. So if it's grab it, if it's 0, go to here. If it's not 0, if I take that out, jump if 0. Oh wait. Wait, no, we need that. Because then if it is 0, it won't go back. Right, we're optimizing for steps. Not for... is this going to... Does this use less steps? So it goes, if it's bad one, it goes inbox. And if it's not good, it goes inbox again. Like, I could just unroll this thing completely. Maybe that helped. Maybe that would be better. Or that would be less. Theoretically, the more of these that I do is the less things, right? Because then the chances of it actually hitting if that's more efficient. The idea of the loops or the jumps taking steps is interesting. No. Haha! There we go. This is why go-tos are no longer used. Yeah. This is why they're considered harmful. Sub-hallway. That's like a... That's what you go through before you get to the sub-train. It's the sub-hallway. Subtraction? Mr. Frog Samurai is a new subscriber. Welcome to the show, Mr. Frog Samurai. For each two things in the inbox, subtract the first from the second and put the result in the outbox, and then subtract from the second from the first. Okay. So we're gonna go inbox. We're gonna copy to 0. We're gonna go grab the next thing from the inbox. We're gonna copy to 1. And then we're going to first subtract the first from the second. So it's not the time. Okay, so yeah, this is the right way. So we're going to subtract 0, and then we're going to go outbox. And then we're going to subtract. Oh, and then we're going to copy from 0. And we're going to subtract 1, and then we're going to go outbox. Oh, oops. Copy to 1, copy 0, sub 0. Then you copy from 0, sub 1. Okay. Let's try this out. So we go 4, boof. 6, boof. 6 minus 4, 2, boof. 4 minus 6, minus 2, boof. Nice. Okay, and then we just jump. Kinkerbell for 9 months in a row. Thank you very much. And also Drazvin for 9 months in a row. They're sub-baby twins, maybe. And a Scruff McGuffin for 4 months in a row. Podcasts on Google Play when? Keep up the great content. I don't know. None of us, or I don't use Google the Google ecosystem, so I was not aware that that was like a thing. I guess that's something we should probably try to do. As in, put our podcast up on places that aren't iTunes. I'm assuming it's not that hard. It's fairly easy to set up. We should probably work on that. Thanks for the thought. 10 or fewer commands. Done. 50 or 40 or fewer steps. Done. Yes. I was not looking forward to unrolling that whole thing. The Invisible Voice for 56 months in a row. Wow. Recovering from chemo yesterday and brain is fried is a good mix of trying to solve problems and then being given the answers. Well, I'm sorry to hear that about the chemo Invisible Voice, but glad you're starting to recover. And I hope that we can provide some distraction. Podkicker and subscribe to the raw RSS feed. Yeah, so that is the thing. Like if you don't use iTunes, which is entirely understandable, I am not a hugely advocating iTunes, but it is kind of a standard in terms of podcasts anyway. All our podcasts, the links to the podcasts are all both in iTunes. There's like the iTunes link, but then there's also just the podcast feed, which should be able to be read by any podcast reader thing. Podcatcher, I think they're usually called. Tolarian Community College. Welcome, all you awesome Tolarian people. Road trip. You're all taking a road trip to my thing. Welcome. We're doing some human resource programming. Road quest. What are we doing today? We have scientists now. Sometimes some numbers are bigger than other numbers. Wow. And sometimes they are the same. How can we know? The world may never know. Which number are you for the aspirational 0? You can borrow it later. Hello, world. You have comments. Use them if you like. You can mark sections of your program. So get 2 things from the inbox. If they're equal, put one of them in the outbox. Discard non-equal pairs. Is that what this... Oh, that's a comment, I see. Oh, nice. The comments are just... Oh, Jesus. Think of how dangerous that would be if you couldn't just write comments on code. You could actually just, like, draw stuff in, like, any code you wanted. That seems very dangerous. But this is cool. There, very, very important code. All right. So if they're equal, put one of them into the outbox and discard non-equal pairs. So I don't have any comparison thing except for the jump if 0. So, but if you subtract one number from another and it's 0, then they're equal numbers, right? Pixel Recall is a new subscriber. Welcome to the show. So, this is interesting, actually. Okay, let's get rid of that for the moment. We'll comment our code later. As all programmers know, that's always what we do. Of course, we'll comment our code later. Otherwise, we won't understand it later. That will definitely happen. So, inbox, outbox. We're gonna go grab. We're gonna copy 2, 0. We're going to grab the next one. We're gonna copy 2, 1. And then we are going to subtract. Actually, do we even need to copy? We don't even need to copy to 1, do we? We're going to grab another one. We're going to subtract 0. And then if 0, go there. If not, go back up there. 2 things in the inbox. If they're equal, put 1 of them in the outbox. Discard non-equal pairs. Right. I was like, but which one do I put in the outbox? If they're equal, it doesn't matter. And then we jump. And then otherwise, we still jump. Okay. Let's give this a shot. Grab that. Grab 1. Subtract that from that. Throw it away. 5 in there. Throw it away. 5. Subtract that from that. It's 0. Which is good. Right. Ah, Trixie Dixie. Copy. If 0. Copy from. There we go. That's what we want. Nope. Bam. That's actually a good point. I should be on the other side, shouldn't I? All I'm blocking here is the controls. For those of you who have been watching this whole time, I've been writing stuff at the bottom of the screen. You've been missing like half my things. Sorry. Oh. Son of a poop. Okay. Is this just another unwinding the loop thing? I missed. Is there a way to do this? What happens if you go to the outbox empty-handed? You can never be empty-handed. I don't think you can. I don't think you can actually be empty-handed ever, right? The only way to drop a thing is to grab a new thing from the inbox. So I don't think you can ever actually be empty-handed. I guess at the very beginning, but... Okay, so... To skip... To have less steps... Copy to... Yeah, if you start your code with the outbox, you just go... Yeah, that doesn't give us anything, but... Okay. So if we... So what happens if we... just do that same trick as we've done before? I don't know if this will actually work. Another unwind. Let's just try it. Oh, I messed that up somewhere. Wait. Oh, right, and another inbox there. Definitely not size challenge. Was that less steps? It was, okay. I don't like this whole... The unwinding thing is interesting because it like goes against everything. It goes against everything that seems right to me as like a programmer. There's a very common saying in programming like DRY, dry, which is don't repeat yourself, which is basically the whole point about like loops and stuff, right? And that's like a very fundamental concept in programming. Is that anytime you're typing something more than one, you're typing like the same thing more than once, it instinctively feels wrong. But it is actually an interesting point that, especially when you get down to the assembler level sort of micro optimization stage, that the concept of these sort of unrolling a loop like this can actually have benefits. From a speed point of view. There's been a change of plans! The accounting department has determined that treating all numbers equally is no longer profitable. Management wants big numbers only. Oh, jump if negative. So, put only the bigger of the two things in the outbox. If they're equal, pick either one. Jumps only if the thing you're holding is negative. Okay, so this is just the same as the other one, except we're jumping if negative, right? Or we're not jumping if we're negative. Okay. This is very similar to what it was before. Okay, so we're going to copy to there. And then we're going to go grab from the inbox again. And then we're going to subtract there. And then if negative, we're going to go back to the top. Otherwise... copy for put only the bigger of the two. Wait a minute. This is slightly more complicated. Grab two things from the inbox. So if the thing we have is negative, that means that the one on the ground... Wait. If the thing we have is negative, that means the one on the ground is the bigger number. Because we're subtracting it. So, okay. So in that case, I want to... So if the thing on the ground... we're going to jump if negative, and we're going to copy from there. Otherwise, we want to take the one that we were holding, which means that we have to actually, rather than shortcutting it here, we have to actually drop it into 1 so that we're storing it. So jump if negative, copy from 0, go to the outbox. Otherwise, copy from 1 and go to the outbox. And then jump back to there. And then jump back to there. There's probably some optimizations we can do in there. RF232 for 40 months in a row! Woo! Bonus Lurtech. Will this replace the current overlay software? I mean, there's definitely some aspects, you know, we're starting to get into, you know, there is definitely some math that we're doing here is not that dissimilar from some of the math that handles overlay stuff in terms of like, if it's a negative number, do this, otherwise do this. This looks like an interesting game. This is what I do for my job. I don't think I'll be playing it. I don't know. Sometimes playing like a gamified version of your job is actually surprisingly relaxing. Is there any business mail I can use to contact you? I mean, if you want to contact me directly, Paul at Loading Ready Run is the way to go. If you want to contact, like the loading, the Bionic Trousers media, info at Loading Ready Run is the way you want to go. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's just try this out and see what happens. So we're gonna go 1. We're gonna go 8. We're gonna subtract the 1 from the 8. Let's try that. So that's correct. Okay, we're gonna go -2. And we're gonna go 5. Subtract the 2 from the 5, we have 3, so we're gonna go for the 2. That's correct. Okay. So it looks like this is working. It's entirely possible that it's not the most efficient, but let's see how it goes. So I did not use, I could definitely use fewer commands. And, oh, I didn't get either of the things. Okay, so I did it, but not very well. So let's go back and see what we got here. The idea of putting the outbox first so that we don't need those commands is interesting. Let's try that. I'm curious. What if we just... Empty value, you can't outbox in the hands. Okay. Well, that answers that question. Where did this go again? There, okay. Okay, so we can do this in a more efficient way, both in terms of number of steps and in terms of processes. So let's think about this here. So we got inbox, copy to 0, copy to 1. So if it's like 8 goes in there, we take the 6, subtract the 8. Okay, rather than copy to 1, rather than that, and the copy from, we can just add it back, right? So we can just, and that gets us back to, wait, that gets us to the smaller number. Because, wait, I messed that up. Yeah, so if it's yeah, that's how. If it's negative, we add it back. No, if it's negative, we grab that number and go. Otherwise, we add it back because there. You can outbox first, but you have to jump around it? Oh, I see. Does that help us? So if we jump like that, because then we can go like this. And then we can drop, because then we can drop these. Did that actually save us anything? That didn't save us any steps. How many, what's the 10 or fewer? So we're at 11 now. We need to drop one more step. So we dropped one step. So we go inbox, copy to 0. And then go grab the next thing from the inbox, subtract it. If it's negative, we have to copy from. And then we go back here in outbox. Is there some way we can do this without all these jumps here? If negative, we jump to there. We copy. We need that. Line 9 can be removed if you jump after the... Add 0. We're going to end up with the bigger of the two numbers. So we're going to go inbox, copy to 0. So if we go like this, oh, okay. I see what you're. I see what we're talking about here. We go like that, and then we can wait. And then if negative, we jump to there. So if negative, we jump to there. Our flow control is... This is a good illustration of why go-tos are not great. So, okay. So let's just follow this down here. So we're gonna, at the very first time, we're gonna skip all this stuff. And then we're gonna go inbox, copy to 0, grab the next thing from the inbox, subtract 0. If it's negative, we're gonna go back up to here, copy from 0, and go to outbox. Otherwise, we're gonna add 0, and then just straight outbox. Okay. And that gets us to 10. That's probably not going to get us with the thing with the number of steps, though. I find evaluating the number of steps to be quite difficult. what is Paul's native computer language. Native computer language? I mean, I didn't... There isn't like a computer language that like I spoke at home or anything. But... the language that I program the most in these days is JavaScript. I've also done a lot of PHP programming. I learned C in school, but... Oh, hey! Boom! Did both of the challenges, which is great, because I didn't want to plan on how to figure that. I did C in school, but I haven't kept that up, so... Mostly JavaScript and PHP. And lately, mostly JavaScript. Because it turns out it's great. It's a great time to be like a web programmer, because, you know, I learned JavaScript a long time ago. And it's like, oh, there's all sort of cool web stuff you can do. And then in the past, 5 years or so, everyone's been like, everyone knows, like, JavaScript is not the most amazing language, but everyone knows it. And there's an interpreter on everyone's computer, so let's just use JavaScript. So like a ton of other, like, you know, there's internal Microsoft scripting language, the scripting that you can do with JavaScript, and Adobe scripting that you can do with JavaScript, and like XSplits has a JavaScript API, so it's nice. Employee morale insertion. That sounds painful. Also,
And
15
that
years!
is how I saved a bundle on my long-distance telephone service. Back to work, everyone.
A massive army of machines has surrounded the city. The machines are not moving, and they are not communicating. Local authorities are investigating.
Seems fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Well. I mean, of course we have to go to the executive lounge. It's only been 17 years. I'm already at the executive lounge. I've always felt the most comfortable with nice, cold, logical decisions. Emotional decisions are for the weak. For each 2 things in the inbox, send 0 to the outbox if they have the same sign. Send 1 to the outbox if their signs are different. Oh, so we are making a... AND gate? I don't know. We're basically making a gate here. I don't know what kind of gate. But we are making a gate here. XOR? Yeah, the logic gate stuff is like a little bit, not like more advanced than the stuff that I work on usually, but it's just like in a slightly different domain than I usually work in. I mean, it comes up occasionally when you're doing various projects and stuff, where you have to, you have 2 sets of data and you have to do logical operations on them, but not usually. Okay, so inbox. So for each 2 things in the inbox, send 0 to the outbox if they have the same sign. Send 1 to the outbox if their signs are different. Alright, so I'm going to copy to 0. Let's just try to make this work first before we optimize things. So, if... So copy to 0. Grab the next thing from the inbox. So, if we subtract... Okay, in fact, yeah, let's... In order, for the sake of simplicity, let's copy these down. Even though this is probably not the most efficient way of doing it, but in terms of logicking this out. Let's subtract this from subtract whatever we've got. So subtract 0 from whatever we've got. Too bad we can't multiply. That would make this a lot easier. So if they both have the same sign, so if it's a minus, minus. So let me just think here. Wait, maybe we're actually adding here. So in the 0 to the outbox, they're the same sign, both positive or both negative. So if it's a problem is this is to do with we have to first check. Wait. Yeah, maybe we don't have to subtract. So copy that to 0. If it's this is probably a bad way of doing this, but if it's negative, why don't we actually use the position of the things to indicate whether it's negative or positive? This might see that might be a dumb way of doing it, but like, so if it's negative or if it's positive, copy it to 0. If it's negative, copy it to 1. Problem is then we have to like jump past that too, which is annoying. Right, we don't actually need the final value, do we? So, inbox. Except we need the value to compare it. So copy to 0, copy to 1. Like we need copy 2 to some extent anyway, because we have to compare the two values. So we need to store the first one. So if it's negative, copy to 0. So if it's not negative, so if it's a positive number, copy to 0, grab the next one from the inbox, and subtract it. That still doesn't help us. Right, I guess we just need the signs. Right. Duh. Okay. If negative, grab the next one from the inbox. And if that one's negative, Then we want to copy from if your signs are if they have the same sign. Copy from 4. So inbox. If it's negative, right? What am I doing here? Okay. If it's negative, I'm getting confused with how this works here. Okay. Okay. If it's positive, grab the next one, and if that one's positive, copy from 4 and send it to the outbox. If it's negative, if the first one's negative, okay. If the first one is negative, then I want to still want to grab another one. And if it is now positive, I want to copy from 1 and then go to the outbox. If it's still negative, copy from 4 and go to the outbox. So, if we go inbox, if it's a positive number, get the next one for the inbox. And if it's now a negative number, I think we can just actually have these at the bottom. If it is now a negative number, grab 5. Then drop to there. So, if it's a positive number, grab the next one. If it is still a positive number, then jump to there. If it's a positive number, if it's a negative number, it'll go to there. If it is now a positive number, it'll go there. If it is now a negative number, there. Alright, I think we got this. I doubt this is the most efficient way of doing it. Oh, this is starting to bake my noodle. Let's see if this goes. So, that worked. Negative number. Also a negative number. Okay. Negative number. Positive number. Okay. Negative number, positive number. Done! Okay. We succeeded, but probably not in the most efficient way. Hey, we got that one. Okay. We need less steps. But we got the size challenge. The steps challenge I always find difficult, like making it less steps or making it less the thing shorter, I understand. Making it less steps, I find difficult to conceptualize. And I don't know how the hell I'm gonna unroll this thing if I have to do that. So if we... How do we make this less steps? Or less things it has to think about? I guess they can be... I wonder if doing that outbox trick would help. Would it, or would that just not? Make the table implicit and you're good. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, so let's go. Let's see if the outbox at the beginning thing works. Helps, I should say. I actually don't need this jump, do I? No, I do need that jump. Alright, let's put this back. Jump if negative, jump if positive. Okay. Do I not need this here? It's positive. So grab a thing. If it's positive, grab another thing. If it's negative, grab another thing as well. I think I need that. Like if it's negative, problem is I have to then check the negative. The output and copy from are at the top. Then I can skip all of these jumps. Well, like... So if we could move the outbox to the top and do the jump past the outbox. And put this there. Then we don't need I like here. I'm gonna paste this into a new thing. So I don't mess up my old, which is kind of a cool, handy that you can do that. Yeah, the inputs on the left-hand side change. It's not, they aren't fixed. Your system has to work with arbitrary inputs. And they change in number too. Okay. So if it's what if we just do this straight, like inbox, no, we need that. So if we go inbox, if negative, inbox, we're not optimizing for number of steps here, or number of program length. We're optimizing for number of steps. So inbox, let's just do this really step by step. Inbox, if negative, jump away. Inbox, if negative, copy from 4. Outbox. And then what if we just like inbox, if negative, inbox, if negative, so inbox, so let's copy from 1, outbox, because if it's a negative followed by a positive there, if it's a negative followed by another negative, then copy from 4, outbox. So there. So if it's a negative, if it's a positive, go box. If it's negative, go there, and if it's then positive, go 5, then negative. So I need to make this one copy from 5, outbox. Give all these. And then we just need a bunch of jumps. this. Okay. Inbox. If negative. Or positive. If positive, go through outbox. Jump back. Outbox. Jump back. Outbox. Jump back. Outbox. Jump back. High-speed debug runs all the time to verify my ideas. Interesting. Yeah, I guess I should be debugging more. So let's see if this goes. It fails in other possible inputs. How did I mess this up? Oh. Whoop. There we go. So I messed up. So was that actually less steps? Yes! Whew. More programming projects should end with air horns. Haha! Positive attitudes were determined to increase productivity, and they are therefore mandatory. Smile! Always smile. Send each item, each thing from the inbox to the outbox, but if it's negative, first remove its negative sign. Okay, should be relatively straightforward. So we go inbox. If negative, do a thing. Otherwise, go to the outbox. Okay. If it's negative, though, so if like a -9 to make it a +9, I guess if we subtract it from itself twice. If we subtract it from itself twice, that should do it, right? In which case we have to copy to 0, subtract 0, subtract 0, and then outbox? Just step through this here. Inbox. Outbox. Alright, that one's easy. Okay. Inbox. If it's negative, copy to 0. And then add those. And then subtract that. Okay, cool. We can improve things. Okay, we got the speed challenge, which is the one that I hate. The size challenge I can do. I can conceptualize that a lot better than the speed challenge. Can we just do the outbox trick here? Alright, so we go outbox. So then what we do is we make right, and then we just remove that. Was that all we... Did we only need to remove one step? Yeah, okay, so we're fine now. The outbox trick versus speed and outside. No, it does both, actually. Wait. Oh. Why did I think that I had dropped one? I just moved things around and actually dropped a step. Okay. Gonna go. Negative. You don't need the second minus. We don't have a jump if positive. We just have a jump. These are our options here at the side. Jump if... Oh, can we do the inbox? If we put the inbox at the end, does that help us? Kind of like that. I think that does help us. Like, we can move the outbox there. And then... Oh wait, then we can go like that? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, if negative, go to there. And otherwise, jump to there, which will go to the outbox. Okay. And that's it. Okay. contingent cat, we're going for reducing steps. In this case, not speed. That was worse in terms of speed, but better in terms of size. Or reducing size, not speed. If we were trying to reduce speed even more, then yeah, making like an if zero do another thing might help us, if depending on how many zeros there are. Let's take a brief sabbatical, shall we? Wow, also I've been playing this for like 2 hours without taking a break. Oops. Apparently I like this game. Oh, that was nice. And there wasn't even any, like, robot apocalypse happening. Wonderful. Opus Magnum? Yeah, I don't know. I looked at Opus Magnum and it looks interesting. I'm a little... I don't know about it, though. It seems... I don't know if it's be quite my jam. I'd like to give it a try, though, but... Alright, let me actually just take a quick break. I should do that. And, but I'll be back in just a few minutes. Hey everybody, we're back with more of the Human Resource Machine, which I'm having a lot of fun playing. Smoke it along here. So let's continue along with Countdown. And, let me make sure I don't miss these. Bianca Tree is a new subscriber. Welcome to the show. And Game Dragon 3 is also a new subscriber, and Doc Holiday 999 is also a new subscriber. Welcome, all you people. I hope you like this. As I hope you know, this is we are a variety streaming channel, so you're going to be seeing all sorts of stuff here, not just playing this one game over and over again, which... This is not one of those games that, like, you could be like, I am a Human Resource Machine streamer. This is all I stream. You know, like, whatever, like PUBG or Dota or something. We play all sorts of games. Coming up later on today is going to be some Magic the Gathering, and then later on tonight will be some music streaming. So all sorts of fun stuff. Human Resource Machine speedruns. This would be a terrible game for speedrun. I mean, like, the problem with puzzle games, like, the speedrun for this is pointless. I don't know if there's, like there is a, I'm sure there, like, you could do a speedrun, but it's just like, if you know the answer, it's just like, it's literally how fast you can click. It's not, there's no, challenge. Notice how, it's, like, snowing outside now, as in, like, permanent winter. That was actually a thing in Little Inferno, one of the other games by the Tomorrow Corporation. The idea was that the sun has gone dark and the world is in perpetual winter, and you're burning all of your worldly possessions and then using the money that you got from burning things to buy more things to burn. But in a fun way. Time keeps kicking down. Let's get to work. Oh, yes. Hopefully you're done with your hair. But yeah, wait a minute. I'm all like corporate now. I've lost my blue hair. Oh, and I'm going bald. I didn't notice that. Oh, Jesus. Wait, learn new things. Bump. For each number in the inbox, send that number to the outbox, followed by all the numbers down to or up to 0. It's a countdown. You've got a new command. They add 1 or subtract 1 from the item on the floor. The result is given back to you. For your convenience, it's also written back to the floor. So yeah, so we got plus plus and minus minus. Okay. Add 1 or subtract 1 from an item on the floor, and the result is given back. Okay, so we're gonna go inbox. We're going to copy to floor. So we're gonna have to do something different if it's negative, but otherwise, add 1 or subtract 1. So we need to count down to 0. Okay. So copy to the floor. So we're gonna go so regardless of what it is, we're gonna put it into the inbox. If it's into the outbox, then and copy it to the floor. Then we're going to, if it's positive, we're going to bump it and send it to the outbox. And if it's not 0, keep doing that. And if it is 0, jump all the way back to the beginning. And if it's negative, then we're going to bump it by -1. And then outbox and loop it and then jump. Again, we're not gonna prematurely optimize here. I know this is probably not the most efficient way of doing this, but let's give this a shot. So we go. So we go inbox. Drop it there. Send it there. Oh, I fucked this up already. I messed this up already. Because that's gotta be, if it's a positive number, I want it to be going down. I just made an infinite loop. There we go. Let's try that again. So 6. Oh. Interesting. Oh, okay. Let's do this the other way then. We're gonna go outbox and then bump. Two. Go. 1. Whoop. Whoop. Nope. Nope. What happened there? Okay. Let's try this again. 8. Copy there. Go to the outbox. Oh, wait. This is entirely wrong. It's not jump if 0. We want to jump if not 0. But that's not a thing. So we've got to do jump to there. Okay. Okay. I was messed up there. We're gonna copy there, negative there. Jump, jump, jump. If 0, jump past that jump. Oh. If 0, jump back to the beginning. So we don't need that jump. Okay. And then here. Yeah. Okay. That's all we need. Okay, 2 goes to there. Boom, 1 goes to there. 0. Wait, do we need to have the 0 there as well? Yeah, we do. Okay. We actually have to have the 0, so that means the jump should be there. Okay. Oh, darn it. Go all the way down the bottom. I think this is wrong too. 5, 4, 3, 1, 0, and then we throw it away. All right, jump if negative, obviously. That'll do that, but then for here, we need to jump if positive, which we don't actually have. So we say jump if negative back to here. Jump if negative back to there. And when it gets to 0, I'm assuming it takes 0 as a positive number, or at least not a negative number. In which case we just jump and then jump. Again, probably not the most efficient. Let's see if this works. Okay, 6 goes in. 5 goes in. 4 goes in. 3 goes in. 2 goes in. 1 0 goes in. Negative, throw it. Okay. Now, negative 4 goes in. Negative 3 goes in. Negative 2 goes in. Negative 1 goes in. 0 goes in. Then we skip it. 0 goes in. Wait, okay. So we did that. I doubt this is going to get any awards for best ever, though. $82 or fewer steps. Wow. Okay. We got the speed challenge. That's good. Okay. I'm sure there's optimizations we can make here. For instance, we have 3 outboxes that we can probably get rid of. So if we put all of the outboxes, if we just put the one outbox at the top, if we do that move, because at this point, because then we'll get rid of 3, and so that'll get rid of 1. That'll just be 1. We'll save 1 there, right? If we can reduce all of these down to just a jump, maybe. So if we move the jump up to the top, or move the outbox up to the top, put a jump up there, jump past it. Now, see, the problem is we need to have these loops. I don't think this is going to work. Like, normally we go through the whole thing and then have the outbox at the end. But I don't think that's actually going to work in this case, because we have to actually hit the outbox a lot. Okay, so there's got to be what I want to do is be like, so it's like, if it's positive, bump it. If it's negative, but then that has to be different. And we need these at the bottom in order to get the 0. We could do like if negative or if 0, do that, and then we can get rid of that outbox. But like we're sort of like if negative, if 0, jump, but that doesn't actually save us any space. I wonder if I could just get less than or equal to. This would be way easier. Okay, what if I do... Okay, there's... Rather than if negative and jump... Okay, let me copy this. Paste it here. So I have the old version. Fido outbox. Okay, so if negative... I want to bump... plus... Jump back to there. Jump back to there. Move that to there. So we go there, jump back to there, So now we just have to do... So this is now accounting for both plus and minus. And we just have to tell it to stop. So if 0, jump past their outbox, and jump. Does that actually do what I want? Let's just see here. So we go inbox, go to there, and then take it to the outbox. Now. Oh, darn it, right. I've got to outbox it first. No. I can't test it if I've already outboxed it. I mean, I can copy from 0, but then I've got more spots again. Also, I need another line in there. That's not going to work. Yeah, I'm gonna need to jump there too. Yeah, this is not more efficient. Well, if 0. You don't need the second outbox? Well, because I need to get the 0 into the outbox as well. So I need this here in order to get that 0. Otherwise, it's going to end at the 1 before the 0. But this still doesn't work here. Like, I'd have to copy from 1 to there. But that's not... Yeah, 12 was what I had before, and that's where I am now. I haven't actually saved any spaces now. Add the 0 check after copy from. If 0. How does that help me? So I go if 0, go to the just go straight up. Box. I don't need those two. 5. And then it's not 0. It's not negative, so subtract it. And then put it in the outbox. Okay. Cool. 2. And then we go 1. Then we go 0, and we put it in the outbox. Then we copy it, and then we put another one in the outbox. Right, it never breaks out of this. The 5 jump needs to go before 1. But I need to do that. Like if I put this up there, then if it's 0, it's going to discard it and grab the next one from the inbox. We need to, if it's 0, it needs to go to the outbox once. Right? Go 2, and then we go 1, and then we go 0. Oh, okay. Right, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I think we're in business. Okay, cool. Nicely done, thanks guys. And that should be it for the sizes. Multiplication workshop. Oh, hey. Well, you've worked here for 20 years. I guess you can finally figure out multiplication. Seems like yesterday we only learned about adding. Fond memories. We worked so hard back then. For each 2 things in the inbox, multiply them and output the result. Don't forget about... Oh, don't worry about negative numbers. And you've got labels! Ooh. Hello, 0. This is the trash tile. Oh, nice. Copy from, copy to, trash. Ah, I like this. We can now name our variables. Multiply them and output the... Oh. Oh. I just realized that I didn't actually get, like, a multiplication thing. I see. Copy to. Term 1. And then we go back to the inbox. And then, okay, so then if we copy that to term 2. And then we also need to copy it to a counter, right? Because we have to add it the number of times that it is. So let's use this one, and rather than calling it trash, let's call it counter. Okay. You can minus bump turn. Five times 6. Right, we don't need a counter. For some reason I thought we needed both numbers, but of course we don't. I'm thinking about putting something to a power. So in fact this, what was term 2, technically is actually the counter. Let's try that. I love the feeling of having to handwrite variable names. Okay. Turn date. Copy to term, to the next one and copy it to counter. And then let's just get rid of this. Okay. And then we want to take our we're going to copy from, wait. So I should do this the other way around. That way we don't have to do a copy from again. Alright, copy to counter, copy to term 1, and then we want to say we want to add term 1, and we want to bump the counter. No, we want to minus bump the counter. And then we want to jump back and do it that as many times until, if it's negative, we want to jump past that and go to the outbox. Oh. Let's get rid of that counter, just make things more clear. Is this just messing me up? Like, why do we have a... Do I need a 0 there for some reason? Oh wait, minus, that should be 2. Yeah. Let's jump back. Multiplying by 0 makes the output 0. Right, so it'll be like 6 goes to there. Right. So I need to add an extra step. So if the counter is 0, then just jumps directly to output, right? No, that doesn't work. If the Like if the term is 0, then it can add itself whatever. Then it doesn't matter what the counter is because it'll just keep adding 0 and then it'll go. It's fine. If the counter is 0, counter. Wait, this is going to mess it up because bumping it also replaces the one you have in your hands. So jump, we've got a copy from term 1 again, don't we? In which case, I think it actually makes more sense to do it this way because we have to count the copy from term 1 anyway. And then we can do if 0 jump to there. I think that's what we need to do. Let's just see what this happens. So 3. And then 4, and then we grab term 1 again, and then we copy it, and then we bump there, and then we go back and grab term 3 and copy it. Right, this isn't working. We've got to save that into there. We've got to copy 2. Result. Let's try this again. Okay, 1. 3. Go back to the 1. Add those together. Stick it in there. And then subtract that. And then we grab the 1 again. Wait, no, that didn't work. have to... rather than copy to... That's why we need the 0. We need to add copy from term 1 and then add term. So we need to do term 1. Do we need to copy to result as well? And then we go copy from term 1. So in this case, we actually copy from results, add term 1, save it back to result, bump the counter. Okay, we go there, go there. And then we go there. And then we add that, switch to that, add there, and then drop it there. And then we put that to there. 12, add that, put it there. It's the fact that we grab the 2, like when that we grab it when we bump it, is annoying. Alright, I think we're in business here. Let's see what happens when we get down to 0. So 36. Oh, now we ended up with -1. That ain't right. Okay. We messed up a few things. Yeah, we want to jump if 0, not jump if negative. And the result, right, the result needs to be initialized to, right, we're off by 1 time through the thing. Which is why we need that 0. Okay, so we need to copy from 0 to the result. So we need 4 times 4. So we need to end up with 16 here. 4 goes in there. 8. 12. Stop. Stop. Okay. Right. I gotta pick it up again. We got to copy from the result at the end here. Okay, let's roll. Multiplication is hard. When you can't just, like, starve. Yeah, they said don't worry about negatives. Wait, 35. Is that right? Yeah. Nice! I like that. We basically, like, reinvented multiplication from first principles. Not reinvented, but, like, we taught a computer how to multiply from first principles. It's kind of neat, actually. It's fun. I did multiply 8 by 8. Yeah. Obviously, there's a shortcut when the thing is 0. But also, okay, so let's first do the size challenge. Actually, wait, no, we're almost out of time here. 1 sec. Alright, looks like we got a little bit more time. Let's try this again. And just copy that over to here. So we don't lose all our work. You shouldn't need to copy 0 to result if you just change result to the 0 field. Yeah, but we need a 0. We need a 0 to get back. Like, we need to be able to put a 0 back in there. We can't generate numbers, right? But yeah, if we don't initialize the 0, then yeah, we just had to go through the counter one last time, right? Bump minus and jump of 0 before adding. Yeah. Right. What is 15 or fewer commands? So this is 15. No, that will fail. Yeah, that will fail at 0. Okay. I don't need to copy to result, right? So I can go back to what I had before. Okay. Bump before you do the add. Let's just keep the final result in hand at the end. Right. Right, that makes sense. So then we don't need that anymore. Seven. 0 down. This isn't working. Messed that up. Full House 13 for 3 months in a row. Thank you very much. And Revenant 77X for 16 months in a row. 16 months? That's almost a year. And Mazda 2505 for 100 bits. 100 bits for efficiency. You can pre-sort turn 1 and counter. Okay. Yeah, you need the... We can't bump. Because the problem is bumping puts it into your hand. If we do that... Let's see this. These are 2 easy terms. So 2 times 4, so we should end up with 8 here. No! Stop! Right. We need this here. Am I gonna lose my last head loop here? Yeah, I am. Totally, don't I? 16. Okay, now it's to the 0. Okay. Right, because I bumped it, but it didn't do anything. Ah! You know what? I'm gonna paste back. Okay. If I switch this to now, okay, if we drop the initialize to 0, then we just have to go through this loop one last time, right? So then we do the... Yeah, so by pre-checking the counter, it'll go through one last time. I'm getting confused here. Okay. I wish you could set the numbers that it's choosing. Alright. 8, 16 goes in there. 16 goes there. 4. And that's where it stops. Which is correct. The question is, does it work with 0? No. If there's a 0, it messes up. Yeah, you have to initialize the 0 But the not initializing to 0 is how I saved that one step. I guess I don't actually need this, do I? So a copy from, like, all, if I do all this stuff. Well, but if the... Put a jump of 0 at step 3. I mean, if I put it after step 3, it'll always be correct. Line 7, switch line 7 and 8. Change your jump of 0 to jump if negative. We're not actually, like, what we're trying to optimize right now is number of steps, right? Not, or we're trying to optimize length or size, not number of steps. This has a, I'm having a real, like, there's like the sort of off by 1 thing with this, where it's like, but we're not, we haven't actually, oh, we have actually saved a command here. I forget where we actually saved that command. Just see if this works. Okay. So the question is, how does it deal with 0? Okay. Go, 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 go! Now it optimized for steps. Now there's the thing that we were talking with the whole, if either term is 0, we can skip a bunch of stuff. Like if we go is it just like if it's 0, go to the outbox? It's like here. And if the first term is 0, you also need to discard the second term. Right. But we don't care about extra steps at this point. So in fact, let's jump down to here and say if the first term, so if like jump if 0 and then grab the next one. So if it's 0, go directly to the outbox. Like, so if the first term, if it's 0, go whoop and send it to the outbox, and then grab the next one and just throw it away. And then grab another one and start again. How's that for inefficiency? No, we don't need this second box. Okay. So we just do that. Just go fast until we actually get to a 0. Okay. 0. Oops. Yeah, that worked. I just kind of missed it. Did that actually do it? No. Ooh, compare the two inputs and use the smaller as your counter. I like that. What time is it? There isn't an easy way to compare values, but there is a hard way to compare values, which is subtract one from the other, and if it's a negative number, do a thing. Sorry. Alright. That's like a whole different modology. Alright, you know what? We're over time already, and it's gonna be a thing. My brain has kind of stopped working. Well, not stopped working, but we're getting to the point where this is real tough, so. Or at least getting it to be more efficient is tough. So, I'm gonna leave it there, but this is a great game, if you're into this sort of thing, which obviously some of you in the chat are. So thank you very much. And oh right, I realized that I have neglected to tell you what the topic is for the next week's things on my stream, or not things on my stream. Well, games of chance. So let's quickly do that. I will open up the thingamadoodle here, and I'm going to. Oops. I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna say next week's, which will be for the 31st. The category for the 31st for games of chance is going to be adventure games, and which I know is a kind of a broad topic, but I'm talking. Maybe I should actually say point and click adventure. I'm talking, adventure games in the relatively traditional sense of adventure games. I guess that's pretty clear. Adventure games. I don't know. With the caveat. So yeah, your Monkey Islands, your Sierra, your not, and it doesn't have to be like old one. It doesn't have to be the old school ones too. I know there are newer adventure games too. The caveat might be that that this is a thing where, in order for the purposes of keeping the stream working and having fun, you know what? I might end up using we might end up using a strategy guide, or like a bit of a walkthrough, because I don't want to get stuck too badly. And some of the games can be pretty obtuse. And when I did like the Paul Quest thing, I could speed up or cut out bits that I got stuck. But if we're doing a stream, I can't really do that. So may end up either using a strategy guide, or just having you guys in the chat help me out a little bit, just in order to keep things moving. Would stuff like Myst count, or do you want? I think Myst could count, sure. Or one of the other. I mean, I would consider that to be more of like a straight up puzzle game than an adventure game. I mean, I guess the distinction is a little bit blurry. But anyway, we'll see what you suggest. And let me. All right, I've now deleted all the responses. Sorry if you. Yes, okay, we should be good. I deleted all the old responses, so we have a new thing. So I'm not looking at the things for puzzle games. I guess puzzle games and adventure games can be kind of similar. But anyway, as with any, as with normally games of chance, I'm gonna choose the games based on popularity, and also games that I think will be interesting and games that I'm interested in playing. So I guess keep that in mind. Feel free to appeal to the judge, being me. Yeah, we already have a couple of Monkey Island games. Quest for Glory. Yeah, all sorts of fun stuff. So we'll give that a try. Tormentum Dark Sorrow. I haven't heard of that game. It sounds a little dark. Tormentum. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned in about half an hour or so. Going to be LRRMTG with Kathleen and Cam. Yeah, thanks for watching. And then, I should say, in fact, we have a thing for that. LRMTG coming up in just a little bit. And then tonight we have Brave New Faves, which is Kathleen's music stream. Be sure to catch that if you're interested in that. Be sure to catch it live, because we cannot guarantee that the Twitch archive of that stays around, because they tend to get muted, and we're not uploading those to YouTube for copyright reasons. So if you want to see that, try to catch it live. Tomorrow, if you look at the time, so tomorrow we've got Now Kiss, but if you look at the time, it is at 1 o'clock Moonbase time. So not in the morning when Now Kiss normally is, but we're not going to be doing the crapshoot tomorrow. So Now Kiss is sort of instead of the crapshoot rather than first thing in the morning. So check that out. It's going to be Kathleen and probably Joe doing a little more of Perfect Date. And then tomorrow night, we've got Friday Night Paper Fight, where I believe Kathleen and Cam are going to be doing a Chaos Winston draft. So this is something that we've done a couple times in the past when we've been a little bit light on people here in the office. So Winston draft is a Magic draft format that you can play with 2 people. We did a whole Friday Nights about it. So if you want to learn more about it, check out that Friday Nights. It even has the rules for what a Winston draft is. And so Cam and Kathleen are going to be Winston drafting, but they're going to be doing a Chaos Winston draft just to be more fun. So it should be silly. And then on Saturday, we've got Askler. Instead of doing this during Loading Ready Live, we decided a little while ago to split Askler out a little bit. So Askler is going to be its own thing, and we can spend more time on it. And it seems to work better that way. So we'll be putting out a call for questions, we'll do Askler with as many members of the crew as we can. And hopefully we'll also have a stream highlight reel to play for that. And then on Sunday, we've got Rhythm Cafe, where Heather and Corey are going to be going back to Bit Trip. So lots of cool stuff happening. And of course, the Road Quest crew is still on their Road Quest. Our streaming schedule will still be a little bit funky for the next week and a bit. So make sure you check out loadingreadyrun.com/live or the events page. And want to also thank Master2505 with the 50 bits saying change jump if 0 to jump if negative. Yeah, I appreciate suggestions, especially when they come with bits. So, thanks everybody for watching, and we will talk to you guys, or I will talk to you guys later. Bye.